Time to set the stage with the lights off. Let the little nigga breathe till the fight's lost. You ain't never like the room with the bright sauce. Hail Mary, they despise what the light brought. Let them roach niggas bleed if they can't see. sa.neter TV, what you can't be. They say that murder on my mind, now they can't breathe. Take a picture of the crew, that's your last peep. Oh, and need me or love, yeah, that's just me. Keep them jumping like some frogs, so they might be leave with the sunset. And they don't really wanna bleed from the gunplay. And like mine, niggas smoking weed on the one-way street, nigga. Yeah, we see we outside with it. Pull up to the base like we might be with it on guard. Side these niggas like bullshit and they fraud. Let me chop them down with the sword. Walk them down like they live bars. This the toughest you gon' be in, we too hard. And you don't really want that smoke, my G. Who would be sa.neter TV? This the toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. The toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Keep that off your lip before you get flipped. We got sources over here, we don't just spit. Too many bosses over here, y'all just legit. Put them niggas in the game, let them get real. Don't even step unless you come in with that scholarship. That economic tip, gotta make a dollar flip. And I might be next, I don't give a damn, a truth rolling with me, so I'm feeling like the son of man. Too many gon' hate, gotta make a stand. I'm just trying to duck the lake, you don't understand. Read them when I greet them, that's my best plan. Head first shit, I'm just saying. Nigga meet me in LA, oh you just playing. Too many be fake, what the base saying. So I tell them they don't want no smoke before they end up in the newspaper next day. Smoke. This the toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. The toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. And this is it right here. The toughest you gon' ever be in. You wasn't conscious before us. Y'all niggas was asleep. We woke the sleeping giant. We did it. sa.neter TV. So stay your ass in your little bitty box where you feel safe. Cause it's motherfucking monsters over here. Real monsters.
Peace and Pan-Africanisms to Brother Herman Smalls in the toughest environment you can be in.
Oh man, my bad. I was on mute. I'm sorry, man. And thank you, Immortal. Thank you, Immortal, for even saying something. Let me know. I was on mute. And what I want to tell you is I had a conversation with YouTube. And I was asking YouTube, how come my subscribers is not getting notified? My 200,000 subscribers are not being notified. And so we had a nice going back and forth. And they told me, when you violate YouTube guidelines, they put a block. Listen to me, Ashe. I'm glad you're here, brother, because you are one of the brothers, the pioneers to this thing too. They say when you violate YouTube guidelines, they put the block there where it don't go out to the people like that. You see what I'm saying? So instead of them striking the channel right away or giving you a strike, they changed it up a little where they would just block your channel from reaching the masses of the people, of your subscribers. And so that's why, shadow ban. Yeah, that's what it is, shadow ban. They didn't use the word shadow ban because they don't like that word. They don't like to use that word, but they just say a block now. But we know it's shadow ban. And so, they give you this block where all they gotta do is push a button and have that button there for 28 days. If you can get through the 28 days without violating the YouTube guidelines, they take the block off. And so I guess I've been hitting them hard with the block and with breaking the YouTube guidelines. That's the reason why I took down the video of the talk of the prison. You know, I had the talk of the prison up there, and the brothers was getting a little graphic. And so I had to take them 2 videos down. You see what I'm saying? I had to take those down because it was violating the YouTube guidelines. So now they got me on the block again, and I got to get past the 28 days without the profanity. Without profanity. Yeah, 28 days, man. Without profanity. So I got to check myself because I tend to get emotional sometime and go off and use some profanity. And so I got to cut that out. You got to read the guidelines. The guidelines is right in there, Ashe, on YouTube. Go in the back, cut it on, and you read that, you know? Or go to ChatGPT. Go to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will break it all down for you as well, you know? And so after the 28 days of being free of all of that, you will get your channel back up and running, but you got to stay consistent and make sure that the rules, you don't break the rules and the guidelines. And that's how they got me right now at 68 people watching with over 200 and something thousand subscribers, because they're not shooting it out to the people. You see? So that's how they feel that they're going to punish you that way. They're going to punish you that way. So I just want to let y'all know that, and update on the battle, on the championship fight, on the high power championship fight for the belt. This is for the title. This is for the belt. We got Dr. Reggie going up against Professor Jabari. And the topic is, are the netters literal? It's going down July the 11th, time 6 o'clock. That's on a Saturday. July the 11th, time 6 o'clock p.m. Y'all don't want to miss that. I will have the tickets up later on this evening. Before the game come on, I should have all that set up. So the ticket line will be set up. Tickets are $35. You buy it, you buy it. You don't, you don't. This will be going up into the archives right here. I will not be letting this one go. You best to believe that. I will not be letting this one go. Tickets are $35. And the reason I say it's $35 for the early bird, but it's going to go up within a week or two. So the early bird tickets will be $35 to see this fight, this title bout matchup. And yeah, sex content, graphic, hate speech, yeah, harassing, bullying, scams. Yeah. Yes. You on it, Ashe. You got it, brother. So we gotta excuse me. We gotta curb a little bit of that. I asked them about religion. No, religion, freedom of speech, they said, but you gotta be, I can't be the way I was. Like, you got God, you know, I can't do it like that. I can't do that no more. So yeah, religion is freedom of speech. It's the way you do it. Yeah. So tickets are $35 early bird, get the word. Tickets will go up. It should have been $50 because of the price that I'm getting charged from both brothers with Dr. Reggie and brother Professor Jabari. You know, but hey, it's all good. When I look online, I be seeing people with tickets for $100. My brother Rich, shout out to Rich. He doing the damn thing, you know. Underground Railroad, $100 a goddamn ticket, and he's selling out. I don't try to break the bank like that with y'all. I should be doing it because I get no support from most of y'all, you know? But yeah, that's the way it goes. The link will be up where you can get the ticket. And let me drop the link, see what's up. I'll show you. Anybody got any questions? Any questions, brother Ashe? Anybody else in the chat? The link is in the chat. Are there any questions? Anybody? I'll hold it up here for a minute. And damn, Jabari going to lose his title. Shaking my head. Jabari does rich rules to the netters on a daily basis. So why he doing that? Oh man. Woo! People going with Dr. Reggie on this. I say what it is, brother.
What's up? Peace, sa.
People going with Reggie on this, man. Damn.
I'm with you. Say you with Reggie.
I said people are going with Reggie on this.
Oh, which is crazy. Definitely go get the tickets. I'm gonna definitely get the tickets. I want to put a PSA out with you as well, and set the same standard when we at the rhetoric frontier. A lot of times, a lot of brothers think when we got the rhetoric frontier, we at the sideshow that we can get a little loose, and I allow the brothers to get a little loose, but we got to tone it down because I have noticed after certain altercations and certain words have been said, I'm noticing my numbers going down. I'm noticing that. Facts. You probably on mute, sir.
Yeah, there's a few people that they doing that to. Yeah, they doing that to a few people that I know. You know, because they used to be up there too, and so yeah, they going in on that. I don't care what you charge, sir. This is Ali versus Frazier. That's right, facts. That's all facts right there. This one right here is going to be Ali versus Frazier. So I don't want to hear. I'm just hoping I got to talk to my brother Reggie about after this. Don't accuse nobody. Please don't accuse me, brother. And same with you, Jabari. Don't accuse me. I'm staying way out of it. I'm going to be a spectator in there, just watching. I'm not the moderator. I'm just watching, brother. Anybody else got something? My man Neil. What up, Neil? What's up,
Jeez,
Neil?
I got something to say, sir. Oh.
Neil, calling Neil.
That's Rakufu.
I mean, yeah, but it said Neil Spite on this thing. That's his real name. His government.
Yep.
If you want me to call him Rakufu, you better put Rakufu down there. You got Neil Spite right now. But yeah, you got to go out and come back in. Go ahead, Seven Asar. Talk to me.
Oh man, I am waiting for the rumble in the jungle. I am excited for this matchup. We all know what argument I'm supporting. And from my research, I'm really interested in seeing what Brother Reggie is going to do, what angle he's going to take, because it's going to be very hard for him to prove that the Neteru are literal. And it's going to be a really good showing from what I see from the people, the excitement. I think you need to do some more promoting. If you guys could do some weigh-ins, that would be perfect. I hope you guys are able to do it. And
yeah, we're going to do some weigh-ins. We're going to do a couple of weigh-ins. Yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't know if
let me ask you something, Seven Asar.
Yeah.
Are all the Neteru non-literal? All of them?
See, when we say that the Neteru are not literal, we have to understand that this argument came from.
No, we were talking about all of them non-literal.
Oh, are all the Neteru non-literal? Yeah, they're all non-literal. The Neteru are not literal beings walking around the earth. That's my argument. They're not. And how they're depicted, that they're not literal.
So what about, and this is crazy, and I don't think that Reggie gonna go this route, that's why I'm gonna say it. What about the Apis bull? Which was a literal bull that was also on the wall, and they brought offerings and sacrifice to the literal Apis bull. It was a real bull.
Did the bull represent a Neteru or a god, or was the bull
animal? Was the bull a real animal?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, the bull is an animal, and all a bull can do is what a bull can do. So did they attach symbolism to that bull, or principles, or meanings, or any type of extra to make that bull some type of deity? And more times out of 9 times out of 10, they did. So if there's a bull or an animal or anything, it's a representation of a principle, a concept, an ideology, whatever. That bull is always going to be a symbol of something, unless it's just depicted as what it is, a bull. Right? So anything. Go ahead.
You know about that. You know what the Apis bull is, though, right?
No, give me a broader understanding of what you're trying to come from.
The Apis bull, it was the Apis and the SARS what they created Serapis from, right? So with the Apis bull, that it is a netre. It was connected to Asar. As you know, Asar is the bull. It's connected to Asar. But this bull was not just symbolic, because you've seen it on the walls, and you've seen it with the Atef crown, but this was an actual bull that the people will bring offering to and sacrifice to. Actual bull.
The bull was wearing a crown. Wait a minute, hold on. Was the bull wearing a crown?
On the wall, yes.
Do bulls wear crowns?
See, look. Asar, you're asking him the wrong question. Here's the question you got to ask the brother. Is the bull a real animal that you're talking about? Because if the bull is a real animal, then goddamn, that's a real bull. It's not no true bull. That's simple, brother.
Yeah, but he's not arguing. He's not arguing. Is the bull literal? We know the bull is literal.
No, listen, that's the question you ask him, and then you'll get the answer from him. Simple.
And the bull is literal. Yes.
There you go.
The bull is literal. Yeah, the bull is literal.
Look it up. Yes. I wish I had my laptop dead, man. That's always damn dead. I gotta get a better charge. You gotta get some donations to give me a charge.
But Ashe, you see how simple that is? It's very simple, Ashe. The bull is literal. But all the concept, the ideology that surrounds that animal that we as human beings put on it, that's what makes it worth worshiping. Right? That's what they do with symbolism and animals and trees, or what other items or things that they may see in their human experiences. This is what we do as human beings. We take what's around us, and because we have minds that can expand more than any other being on this planet, we create things with our minds. physically, mentally, and spiritually. And this is what we have. The problems with this, because people, we know in 2026, we don't think how they thought back then. So even if they did actually believe something was literal, right, without any proof, we understood it was underneath their thought pattern of belief, not of fact finding. But now we're fact finding people in 2026. So we know the difference between something that is literal and something that is being allegory or symbol or has some symbolism towards it. Only the religious people who are trapped in those old concept thoughts still believe that in 2026. And this is what we're arriving at today. The religious mind versus the looking at things literal, and a person who can distinguish the two, because Jabari is someone who can distinguish the two. That's what makes this interesting. And I thought Brother Reggie used to say the same thing, and now he's flip-flopped. So that's another interesting part of this as well. Would you guys agree that Reggie has flip-flopped?
Yo, that's not for me to say, brother.
Me either,
What about you, Brother Ashe?
I'm not commenting on that either, man. Like,
you're not gonna comment?
No, not after the debate. I'll talk about it after the debate, man. I don't want to sway nobody. I'm still the presence as well. You know what I mean? I'm a host, and so I don't want to get up too deep in it. But I did want to say, you fall on your face. Well, not you, because I'm on Reggie, and I'm on Jabari's side. Believe it or not, whenever you even examine in a debate, you got to look at the pros and the cons. You got to look at, the other person's point of view. So it's tough when you get to that opposite bull, and it's a couple other animals, not just the animal itself. Like, you know how Haru is a hawk. It's not just a random hawk. You get what I'm saying? It's not just this is not Haru, some random hawk, Ra, some random falcon, all this crazy stuff, right? But when you get to this opposite bull was a specific bull. It was one specific bull, and there was a couple other, I think it's a ram as well out there, that they put in the same position, where this was not just some bull that after it was slaughtered, they replaced it with another. No, this bull is a neter, and this neter was literal. It was actual. It breathed. It walked. That's just the fact of the matter.
My question to you, I hear you, Ashe. It's troubles. It's troubles with that argument, though, because my question to you is, what makes that bull special? That's all I want to ask. What makes that bull special than all the other bulls?
You might be giving Reggie a dagger on this if he's listening. Woo!
But me and Reggie, we talked a little bit about this the other day.
Oh, man.
Ashe, what makes that bull special from the other bulls?
The way they made it special from the other bulls.
What did they do? What did they quantify?
They said they made that bull living embodiment of a sa.
There you go. They made the bull a living embodiment. It symbolizes a sar. You can't get around that. No matter how literal the bull is, they took something like a bull and then they attached some symbolization or some meaning to it. The bull existed without them even creating that concept. Before that concept was even created, that bull existed. So they attached that meaning to it. You can't get around that. That bull was a literal bull before that meaning, even them attaching that neteru setting to them. So no matter how literal the bull is, the neteru, the neteru concept that they created is not. The bull is. The concept is not.
And the bull is a neter, right?
That's what they call it. Somebody else might call it something else.
Was the opposite bull a neter or not?
It is according to the people who assigned the meaning, Ashe.
And was the opposite bull a literal bull? Yes or no? It was Patai. It wasn't a sar. It was Patai. It was not a sar. You're right.
Okay, but yes. But that still doesn't disattach that they made it. They gave it the meaning of being a neteru, a neter or patah. They gave it a name. They gave it a meaning. It was a bull before we even called it a bull. It was just an animal. It was literal. It was there. We attach meaning,
I think if you
concepts, and
look it up, you
definitions.
wouldn't be talking like this. Respectfully, you know, you my
All
guy.
right. Hold on. Let me move on.
I don't understand where the disconnect is.
Yo. Hold on, y'all. Let me move on to the next brother. We got brother Gideon in the building, and we got Devil Dog. Devil Dog, what's up, man? What's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, sir? How you brothers doing today?
What's happening?
Nothing much, boss. Like I say, this finna be Ali Frazier, man. This is finna be good. And and I'm thinking about flying out there myself. But I just wanted to say,
we didn't get the place yet because they charging way too much.
okay,
Way too much. 3,000 just to, come on, man.
yeah.
For us in Harlem going up. So
Yeah.
we decided to do it online if we don't get it placed in time.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, I'm gonna be in the house, boss. I can tell you that. But I like to say, let me say this to you, sir. Last time you seen me, you ain't seen me in a minute because I wasn't getting notifications too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? For a long time. And I was getting all your old stuff. I've been watching you since 2012. And I was getting all the old stuff. And then the new stuff started coming back up, right? So I'm glad to be back on board. But I'm finna say something. Dracula was real, but he ain't literal.
Mm-hmm.
Think about, Spider-Man. They real, but they not literal.
Right.
So this is gonna be pretty good. I just came on. I'm at work, man. I just wanted to holler at you guys. Hey, Ashe, man, you a sharp young man, man. I like you. I love listening to you, boss.
Thank you, brother.
You's a sharp young man. And keep it moving, man. Know what I'm saying? Keep your head up. Keep doing the right thing. But I just wanted to holler at y'all, man. I'm gonna sit back and listen.
Thank you, brother. All right,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
Brother Gideon, what up, man?
What's good, OG, man? Been a minute, man.
Scared Gideon always running. What's happening with you, man?
You know one thing, man. Always giving praises to the Most High in the name of Yahshua HaMashiach, man. Just checking out everything going on.
You know it. But
Yeah, man.
I want everybody to know that Israelites started making clips and videos of me and my brother, me and my captain. And a lot of them were saying that sa.neter is right. I was like, wow. I was looking at a few. I think I watched three parts of Hebrews, of different Hebrews. And it was like, damn, I don't know why Captain can't keep it 100 and just say, yeah, the Most High do grape. And he uses that as a form of punishment. So I don't know why the captain have to let Saul dig in him like that. I was like, damn. Yeah, man. So they was like, yeah, Saul is killing them on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that one out, man. I'm gonna have to check it out.
They love the captain, so they going in talking about how captain beating me up and dog. Man, they crazy. But yeah, go ahead, Gideon.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to say, man, to Saul's he made a statement, as far as Reggie and change. He must don't know Reggie, man, because what I remember of Reggie been kind of doing this, because I remember we had the Kemet on trial, and I remember seeing Reggie in the stand with a big stupid medallion on, giving all type of information to the Hebrew Israelites to destroy that, denial scholarship. And when I say denial, I mean like Kasai used to say, y'all in denial and y'all on denial. So Saul's breakdown is real bad. I'm glad Reggie doing this. And, I know Reggie don't much like the Bible, but he don't like the romanticism and all this new age stuff that y'all bringing to Kemet, because when it's like that, there's no authenticity to it. So, the gods was definitely real. Some of them weren't. And when I say that, some of them weren't anthropomorphic, but a lot of them were. They had arms, legs, walking around killing people. The tale of the heavenly cow tells us that. So that alone just is why this is going to be probably one of the top 2 debates sa.neter had. And I think, Reggie going to mop the floor with Jabari's point.
I do agree with you, Brother Gideon, on the point where you said Reggie have not changed. Reggie always been like this. Y'all might think Reggie changed, but no, Reggie was always against the romanticism he was against the the spiritual part that Kemetic teachers try to make religion out of it and make it spooky. So Reggie always been against that part of it, you know. So yeah, that's.
Let me say something, sa.neter. Let me say something because Gideon mentioned my argument, which it has nothing to do with nothing you guys saying. I'm not saying that Reggie flip flop from thinking about the spiritual aspect of Kemet. We know Reggie was always been against the religious aspect of Kemet. I'm talking about in reference to the Neteru. Come on, man. Y'all hear me?
That's a big part.
Y'all understand? Quit trying to change the arguments as a lot of you Israelites do. Try to change it. No. Reggie used to argue with you Hebrews, who we called converts, that the Kemetic people did not believe that the Neteru were real like Jesus or Moses. He actually agreed with Jabari when Jabari first had a discussion with Tahuti that they were not literal. Then he decided to flip-flop because he didn't like Jabari. So let's not act like what I'm saying isn't true or isn't part of Brother Reggie's history. He did flip-flop. He decided to go against Jabari. Now everybody's acting brand new.
Asad, when you say Reggie flip-flop, what
on the Neteru? I mean, on the Neteru. At one point,
flip-flop on the Neteru.
At one point, he did not agree that the Neteru were literal.
No, see, I'm gonna tell you something.
As we said.
No, hold on for a minute. You don't know Reggie like I know Reggie. I'm gonna tell you something. Reggie knows that. See, this is what y'all don't know. Reggie knows that the Neteru are not literal. What Reggie is arguing is that according to the teachings, according to the neters, according to the literature, according to the meta-nature, that they are literal. That's what Reggie's arguing. Reggie knows himself that the neters are not literal, brother. He knows that. See, y'all didn't even know that.
So now you're changing up. Because you're changing it up.
No,
saying,
I'm not.
His argument.
I'm not changing up. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I know. I've been to the museum with Reggie. Let me say it again. He knows that the neters are not literal. But for the argument, according to Jabari's faith and Jabari's belief, Jabari posed to know and believe that the neters are literal. This is what Reggie's saying. That's why the argument in the debate is, are the neters literal? Because they supposed to be literal according to Jabari. But I don't know if you understand that or if it's going over your head.
What's unfair to Reggie is like, just like Osaze said, he thinking Reggie in some sort of way is going against Jabari just to be in spite of or jealous of Jabari, when it's really the other way around. Reggie probably been holding his tongue for so long, knowing Jabari running around with this neo-Catholicism, Kemeticism, and now he just have to say something. So it's all you really got to understand Reggie's point. And you know that denial scholarship, they have a lot of.
To answer this question, no, it's not a setup. I don't know what's wrong with you dumb people out there. Some of you stupid people, man, because I'm trying to tell you, let me try to say it slow for you. Dr. Reggie understands and know that the neters are not literal, but according to the meta-nature, because Reggie reads the meta-nature, Reggie knows the science of the meta-nature. Reggie understands Kemet. And Bari's argument is that the neters are not literal. Reggie is saying, nah, you're supposed to believe and know that they are literal. So Reggie is coming in to prove to you, Jabari, that the neters are literal according to the meta-nature, according to the information, according to the science. See, you don't understand that. And we got Dr. Reggie here right now. Now, if I'm wrong, Reggie, say I'm wrong, Reggie, and I'll fall back.
Can I also speak? Can I give clarity to what I'm saying? Because once again, everybody is convoluting what I'm saying. You're not actually hearing what I'm saying, because I'm not saying all of those things. I understand that Brother Reggie doesn't look at the Neteru as spiritual, and he's challenging Jabari on his spirituality concept or point of view. I understand that, but we understand where this all started from, sa.neter, and it didn't start when we first started seeing this argument about him challenging him about the Neteru according to his spirituality. It was about his statements that he was saying against Tahuti. This all started when Tahuti came up with this, because he originally agreed with Jabari. Am I lying?
You're lying.
I want
You didn't originally agree with Jabari?
Wait.
Hey, yo, hold up. Everybody,
He originally agreed with Jabari.
everybody,
He did.
yo, man, everybody hold up. Before anybody get crazy, you see on the screen, no profanity, no cursing out each other, because I want to get my channel back up and running. So let's be disciplined. Y'all could go hard. Y'all can bang hard all you want. But let's not profane, let's not call out names. Go ahead, Dr. Reggie. Go ahead, finish this off.
Yeah, and I'm not a profanity-laced person anyway.
Right, that's true.
All I'm saying is this started from the Neteru being literal beings. That's where this started from. And now I see it's being a whole bunch of other things that are being added that has been part of their relationship. I don't deny that, right? I don't deny that. But I'm talking about this particular debate right here was all being born about the Neteru being literal beings.
And that's what this debate was. It's true about that. What are you talking about?
Okay, but it was because Hebrews and Christians were trying to equate how the Kemetic people looked at their gods, and we kept telling them they didn't look at them the same. They weren't literal beings to the Kemetic people, and then that's where the debate was born from. And now I'm hearing this about Jabari disagreeing with him spiritually and spiritually about it being literal.
The topic is, are the Neters literal? All that other
But you
stuff,
just said that he disagreed because...
No, listen, brother, because you it's going over your head, man. All that other stuff is just something that we are talking about. The topic of the debate in the discussion will be, are the Neters literal, my brother? And Reggie Jabari, that according to the Neters, that the metal Neter, that they are literal, and Jabari is supposed to prove to Reggie that they are not. That's what the topic is. That's what it's going to stand on. Go ahead, I'll carry it up.
So not on the people believing them, not if the people believe that the Neteru are literal, but are the Neteru literal? Not according to the text are the Neteru literal, but are the Neteru literal? And the people wrote the text. So if it's according to the text, then it's according to the people. Let's not get it twisted. So it just feels like we're getting, it's kind of changing up what we originally were at. And now it seems like we're somewhere else. So I'll close there and I'll let Reggie finish. I'll close there and I'll let Brother Reggie speak. I won't speak anymore.
Go ahead, Reggie.
Okay. Well, we have a title, and it looks like we have a date. And so, and we have arguments. The only two arguments that are important is Jabari's arguments and Reggie's. And everything else is just context, right? This conversation did not start with Tahuti and Jabari. It did not start there. Originally, what I did was I intervened on Jabari's side against Tahuti, right? I intervened only on the grammar, right? Only on the grammar as to say what are these particular Neteru's that are listed in that papyrus, whether it's the Turin papyrus or another papyrus that dealt with the king's names. So I was actually first challenging Tahuti because I didn't know too much about Tahuti, about what Tahuti was saying. So you're wrong. The conversation particularly actually started with Rabban. Rabban debated Jabari on this subject. That was more than 6-7 years ago. sa.neter, you remember that, right? Rabban came to your house with Jabari, and they voted. They they talked about literal versus figurative. You remember that? Hello? Can everybody hear me?
We hear you, Reggie.
All right.
Yes.
So that's when the conversation on literal versus figurative, because that's when, during that time period, that's when Jabari seemed to have changed or let the public know what was going on inside his thinking, right? Now there's a difference between Jabari and Baba Heru Samad Se Fatah. There are lots of differences, but if you don't know them, then you don't know the differences. Uh, Baba Heru Samaj Se Fatah, he was the one who originally brought uh, the spirituality concepts, right? And Jabari, with his education, he was able to add more information to, but add more information and slightly change, I think, from what Baba Haru Samad Se Fatah talked about. Why? Because I knew Baba Haru Samad Se Fatah, right? When since 1980, 1985. I knew him since 1985, and that's way before Jabari, and that's when he used to pretty much use the text of Anui from that Peri Imheru in the early days. So I think I could talk for myself. Um, yes, the topic is all the literal literal. So this is an academic and evidence-based debate. That's what you're paying your money for. You're paying your money, right? Not for an opinion, but for two scholars to actually show you what the experts say. And the experts are including Europeans, but experts, our own experts. So that's what you're paying your money for. This other stuff, I don't think it really matters. Like, all we're going to do is cite, source, and make arguments. Cite, source, and make arguments. All this thing, if it was literal to the ancient Egyptians, then there's no argument if one says that, because then it was literal. Now, literal today or to other people, well, my argument is it's still literal. They are still, the Neteru are still literal, right? That's going to be my argument. So all of this demonizing Reggie, don't like Jabari. Look, my personal feelings about him is always based on his personal feelings about me also. You only look at what I say, what you think I say, because I say it very loud. You don't look at the subtle things that he said. And how can I say yes? He's how can I say, he's part of the shrine. He's part of the shrine of Ma'at. He's the Him Tepi, the chief priest of a shrine. But let me just tell you this, because this is not a got you. This is just straight analysis, and I'm certainly going to use it in the debate. But since you people, many of the people here, how can I say, respect what I have to say, and then I have people who don't. Well, the minute that you use the word shrine, you're effed up. You didn't effed up. The minute, if you are the Hemnecha Tepi of the shrine of Ma'at, you effed up. You effed up. Because I need everybody to look up what the dictionary term of a shrine. You effed up. So I'm just telling Jabari, you better not come to the debate and say that you are the Himnecha Tepi of the shrine of Ma'at. You better not. Because anybody who hates me, thinks I'm jealous, doesn't like me, all of that, just look up the word shrine. See if the word shrine is literal. See, I don't have to hide my hand on a debate. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, right? I am going to mercifully, with no mercy, disrobe Jabari's double talk. You can't be the head of a shrine. Look up the word shrine. Matter of fact, you sa.neter, you got a lot of mouth. Look up the word shrine.
Woo, it's gonna be heavy.
I think this that Reggie from the Moors. Because man, Reggie was on the Moors. He was on the Moors. And I think this that Reggie was.
This is why Reggie say Jabari don't know the meta-neter. And that's why Reggie feel confident, because he know what he got something. Reggie got something. Hey, yo, whether Reggie won it or not, this is a championship bout. This is for the title. This is for the belt. And I already know Reggie don't care about that. But Reggie, if you walk out of here with the W, you the HOK champ, brother.
No, I don't want to be. I just want to be your brother. I want to vindicate myself against the nuts who don't know meta-neter, who want to believe. Listen, our people want to believe so bad into something. And that's fine. You can believe in Nile Valley culture. I'm not telling you not to. I'm telling you there's a right way to do it and there's a goddamn wrong way to do it. Now, people. Now, here's the thing: is Dr. Richetti agrees with me, but y'all don't know Dr. Richetti. Y'all don't know it was Dr. Richetti that taught us the meta-neter. Y'all don't know that. Dr. Richetti taught the Shrine of Ptah, meta-neter. She taught classes there. She taught in the Department of Black Studies at City College, right? She taught there. This is Dr. Richetti Ahmed. And then we got more knowledge of Dr. Obanga's work, who I sat at the feet of and listened to him lecture. I'm not his student per se, but I sat at the feet and listened to him lecture. So how can I say, Dr. Ben's, I have had a real relationship with the Neta Dr. Ben, the Neta Dr. Ben. So the Neter rules that I have been involved with, right? They have, this is what I'm coming from. I'm coming from what I learned from them. Now, Jabari ultimately will say who he learned from. So we know that his master teacher, his extended father, his spiritual father is Baba Heru sa.neter. But respectfully, and I'm going to say respectfully, he left a legacy. He has lots of people that appreciate him, but academically, right, he left us little in writing. Right? And then that's only one man. Now, I know the people who disagreed with him, right? So y'all see him as, but I know that Dr. Yosef Ben Jochanan disagreed with him, right? You would never see the two of them teaching at the same time. You would never see that. You ever seen that? But you will see Brother Reggie around Dr. Yosef Ben Jochanan, but you would never see Baba Heru sa.neter, the ancestor. You'll never see him around Dr. Clark, right? You might see them when Dr. Ben was elderly and they doing some ritual on him and stuff like that in the nursing home. But shit, do the ritual before he got in the nursing home. Shit, maybe he wouldn't have been in the nursing home. Shit, if it worked.
Yo,
right?
no cursing, Reggie.
Sorry.
Come on, man. We can't curse and say sorry. YouTube ain't going, they don't care about sorry.
Well, you know, I thank you. All I can just say, I apologize and thank you. So now somebody like a sa.neter, who I say is a eunuch, that's a little name calling. Like, he's not from New York. None of these people. He don't know none of these people. So whatever he says about me, right, it's just what he says, but he don't know me. I don't even know if he ever met Jabari.
No.
I don't think he ever, if he never met Jabari, never met Baba Samaj. I mean, how can I say you're doing a Yerrick oath? So here's the thing I want to leave you with, and I'll just listen. It's going to be an academic debate. We're going to talk about what experts say. We're going to talk about methods that we use to understand information. And that's what's going to make it method, it's the academic. But before I go, sa.neter, what is a shrine? Oh, and before I say that, some of the people say, "Oh, I was helping the Hebrews." I help everybody. I help everybody. If I think I can make their argument stronger, I help everybody. Sa.neter knows I help everybody. I help the captain. I help Nile Valley Africans. I help people that study West Africa. I help everybody. I'm a scholar. I'm not biased. But sa.neter, since I said that, why don't you go up and read the definition of a shrine? Read the definition of a shrine. You said what?
Oh, is it my time to speak?
Yeah, no, I want you to read the definition of a shrine.
No, I'm not playing those games with you, Reggie. You asked Jabari to read the definition of a shrine. I just want to speak. I don't want to answer any of your questions. I want to speak just like you spoke. I want to speak just like you spoke. So if you're not finished speaking, I'll allow you to speak and I'll be quiet.
Okay, I'm gonna get off, and I gotta stop coming on with people like this. He's not offering anything academic. His job is just to demonize me. He never met Jabari. He never met Samad sa.neter. He's not from New York. He never met Dr. Bennett, Dr. Clark. He never met any of the great professors, but he gets his time to demonize me. So if that's what you want to pay for,
That's unfair to you because, like he said in the beginning that you're only taking this position that you have. He said that's a change. And he said the only reason why
we can't hear you. Who's speaking?
Right. Gideon was trying to speak. He
Your
sounded like he
mic
underwater.
your mic is not clear, brother.
okay.
But I wanted to speak real quick, Si, if y'all ain't mind.
Go ahead, brother.
Well, I respect what the brother Reggie got to say, but I don't think that none of that is valid when it comes to the debate. I think that this debate, it should be based off what Jabari has presented. Through the years, through the HOK, when Jabari used to come to these debates, I never heard him reference, oh, well, Baba Haru taught me this. He would go to the papyrus. So I know one of his key talking points is that the Hunefer papyrus is specific. And he would show how Hunefer, a regular man, is becoming a Sar, right? He becomes a Sar. His key talking point on that is, if you see that Hunefer is able to become a Sar, then how can a Sar be a real person? Yes, that's like me saying I'm sa.neter. I can't be sa.neter if sa.neter was literal, right? Because sa.neter is a literal person. But if we talking about some type of figure, some type of office, some type of metaphor to fit into, like a Christ even, now we can talk like that. And I also want to say, like, I don't get the big problem with Jabari being a quote-unquote a spiritualist and having a religion. If the whole point that brothers is coming with is that the ancient Cometians were spiritual, now y'all saying they had a religion. So he's literally mimicking what they did. Of course, there's going to be some slight differences in between. Of course, you talking about over 2,000 years later, but I don't see the big whoop. I don't see the craziness. I see that brother going to the papyrus and making his claims from the primary text. He even this is my last point. He even goes into like the divinity of the body parts. How can my back be Haru? I'm theoretically speaking. I forgot how it exactly goes. But you know, how can my legs be Asar? You get what I'm saying? Like you know that this is metaphoric talk. When you go into the contentions of Haru and Set, how could that be of something literal? How could that be something literal? That's my question to a scholar like my brother Reggie. If you don't want to answer that for the sake of debate, I respect that too.
All right.
Am I able to respond now, brother sa.neter?
Yes, go ahead, Osaze.
No, I can answer it. Thanks, Shay. I can answer your question. Okay. Well, what you accurately did was make clauses, not saying that the clauses themselves were accurate. So anytime someone says, uh, uh, my back is Jed, right? Then that's a metaphorical statement because I know in grammar that's a metaphorical statement. So, but then there are statements that are not metaphorical. They are straight, no, as, like, me. That's simple grammar, right? That's simple grammar. The thing is, how do Egyptologists and our own experts know, right, that there are these are literal, right? That's going to be part of the debate. Well, the same way you gave this example, I gave an early example to Seven Asar. If the Shrine of Ma'at, I guess that's a metaphor. I guess that doesn't mean what it says. Just the version of shrine. Because if you look up the basic definition of a shrine, which you can all do, it says what it corresponds to, what it relates to. What is it? Why is it literal? It's literal in itself. Shrine. So if you have a shrine to something, then it's the shrine to something, right? So if you look at it as grammar, right, there's two subjects there, right? So if he has a shrine to Ma'at, for example, right, then Ma'at definitely has to be a name, right, a proper noun, and the shrine is a proper noun. Now in English, because we teach a lot in English, right, we communicate a lot in English, right? So when we look at terms like that, then we take it apart. We take those things apart, and those things, and what your Egyptologists, Western and African scholars have been doing, is to, based on the information that's presented, meaning the sentence, the medu-neter, what they're talking about, and they can decide what they believed, what is metaphorical, and etc. like that, right? So, Shay, what does a shrine mean? Because you don't
I got it up here.
really.
I put it on the screen. A
Okay,
shrine is a holy or sacred place dedicated to a god, saint,
okay,
hero, or ancestor. People visit these places to worship, pray, or show deep respect. Shrines often hold important objects like dealing with religions. So go ahead.
okay, great. So that's a definition. So that's literal. So that's what a shrine is. So if Jabari has a shrine, he's worshiping what?
He's worshiping or paying deep respect to. It was three different things he could be doing in there.
Right, paying deep respect, appreciation, but to what? What's the subject? To who?
Ma'at.
And who is Ma'at?
Ma'at is symbolic for the peace, justice, equality, and balance, right?
Well, can you have a shrine worshiping? So that would be part of the debate. Okay, so we
Right.
know here's a shrine, right? So it's a holy place, right?
Sacred
Sometimes
place.
to a deity, but he's saying that Ma'at is for example, a principle, a concept.
Uh-huh.
Okay, like all natures. Okay, that's what the debate literally is about, right? He doesn't believe that Ma'at is a goddess, right? But I think most of the people in the Kemetic community believe that she's a goddess. But if so, he believes one thing, and the people reading the text mean another thing. So that's what the debate is about. The debate about is simply because Jabari is not the expert on the meta-nature, not by far, not by far. So then, it's easy. It's easy. We can talk to other experts in the meta-nature and other priests, right? You know, I could talk to Patasika Sakor, right? You know how he feels. Then there is Dr. Ricchetti. I can find out how she feels. And then let's say Baba Bonacci, I can find out how he feels. And Infedici, I can find out who he feels. And I can tell you right now, they all disagree with him. So then he has to figure out who agrees with him. So buy your tickets. I hope they're on sale right now. So we could shout out the first people that buy the tickets, right? And let's just keep this professional and academic, and stop talking about Reggie's life.
Agreed.
Like, don't talk about my life, because if you talk about my life, that frees me to talk about other people's lives, right? And y'all don't want me to start talking personal stuff about people's lives, right? Because that's not really part of the debate. But don't play with me and go back into what you think you know about me, right? So, sorry, is the tickets on sale now? I want to know who's buying the first ticket, right? That's all I want to know. I want to know about who wants to see this debate academically,
It's gonna be
right? Who wants to learn? Because this should not be about hating somebody. This should be about who has the best arguments, who has the best sources, who's done the most work, who's thought about this the longest, right? Who do other people agree with? I can tell you the scholars agree with me.
Woo! Damn, Reggie.
Yeah, I mean, that's not. I can just tell you without wanting you to buy the tickets. I can show you the scholars. I can show you that not in the conscious community, but Reggie got a good name. Reggie can get the elders. Reggie can get the elders on sa.neter's couch. I always have. Right? Who's going to interview? Oh, Brother Reggie. Okay, that's fine. Right? Who's going to be there? Oh, Brother Reggie. Okay, Brother Reggie. Okay, that's fine.
Hey, Reggie. Devil Dog gave me a good idea. And the theme of this debate is going to be Ali Fraser, baby. This is going to be Ali Fraser right here. I just had to create this fly just now.
the rumble in the jungle.
This right, yeah, I got to put the rumble in the jungle on this one. This is going to be crazy right here. Hey, Reggie, I want you to know, you and Jabari, I will be going into your dressing room, checking your gloves, make sure you ain't got no rocks in them. and same with Jabari. I will be checking your gloves, make sure you ain't got no rocks in your gloves, man. You know,
That's Jabari.
this is going to be a first round knockout, or Reggie might play with him. Are you going in here underestimating Jabari, Reggie, and playing with him? What's up?
We have our introduction. 5-minute introduction. I will lay out my premise. I will lay out my methods, right? I'll lay out my academic premise in the 5 minutes, right? This is not like the Moore debate, right? Where, how can I say? I know sa.neter did not frisk me at the Moore debate. I know he did not, but he heard, right? And he didn't frisk the Moors when they came in, right? But at the end of the day, it turned out to be beautiful and academic. But people came in there with more harder feelings than the Jabari versus Reggie debate. Am I wrong, sa.neter?
No, you're not wrong, but Reggie, out of
Yeah.
those giants up here,
Huh?
who you represent, Ali or Frazier?
Oh, I'm how can I? No, I'm representing Brother Reggie because
No,
they
no,
were.
no. Out of these two men up here, these two giants, who
I'm
you
not. Watch this.
representing?
I am not gonna do no. I ain't gonna be doing no rope a dope. I ain't gonna be taking no punches. Huh? Yeah, I ain't gonna be taking. I ain't. One second.
They probably coming to arrest Reggie right now, so you can't do the debate.
Nah, that's the ambulance, brother. You gotta know the difference of the siren. That's the ambulance.
I am not gonna be against the ropes. I ain't gonna be taking no punches. No, I ain't gonna take none of that. I ain't gonna take none. Right?
Let me ask you.
I'm gonna be Tommy Hearns.
Let me ask you this. I want to ask all of y'all this, man. What happened to this dude Harwin? Chuck Morgan ran this dude away, bro. I called him and he don't pick up no more because he know I want to get him into this ring with Chuck Morgan.
No,
because he don't even pick up no more.
Come on, Sa. Like you was having a conversation with Harwin because Harwin wanted to show Jabari that the word actually exists, right? And what you did was you called in the big boy, Chuck Morgan, who's a big boy, and you saved Jabari from not knowing. So, huh?
Yo, get it. Your mic was horrible, brother.
So, what you did is that then it changed from Harwin to Chuck Morgan, which would be an interesting debate in itself. But what you did was you saved Jabari. That's what you did.
All right, let me let everybody know, and then I'm gonna bring on Seven the Star and let him get it in. Let me let everybody know what's going down tomorrow. Do y'all know what's going down tomorrow? Do anybody know?
You were supposed to debate Nepal.
No.
One day.
They're on the screen.
Huh? Okay, let me see. Oh, Chasad. Where does Chasad get to debate him? Where does Chasad get to debate Jabari?
This was already set up last week. If you remember the show we did, we were talking about the Exodus, and Chasad called Jabari out for the Exodus.
Well, that's good. That's a good piece.
So yeah, Jabari's just getting warmed up. He's just sparring right now. And I think this is going to be a real good, see how we do, family? We give you free debates. Well, so this is going to be a good sparring session for Jabari as he get ready to get in the ring for the title, man. This is going to be for the belt, but we don't even know that.
No, this is not. I mean, it is for a debate, but my topics are narrow, so I don't address all topics. So you can let him keep his belts, but he's not going to win this. He's not going to win this contest. He can keep all the other belts that he won. I don't want all of his other belts, but the fact of the matter is, what he is teaching in about ancient Egypt is his own personal teachings.
Yeah, Kasad is wild for agreeing to this, but we was all on the phone yesterday, and he is really psyched up to believe that he got Jabari.
Does my sound better now, sir?
Yeah, you sound better.
Okay. So, sir, I was watching your old debate that you put up with Jabari and Zion Lex, right? And Zion asked this brother, where did the 10 Commandments plagiarize Egypt? Zion Lex asked him that at the 2-minute mark. Don't you know I had to stop watching at the 20-minute mark because he never answered? So
that's Zion for. He should have stayed on it.
Well, I mean, if Zion wanted him to answer, he should have pressed it. But as far as the playback, because playback is golden. a person obviously seen that. Like he literally danced around it for like 18 minutes. So the debate with Kasada and Jabari, see Jabari, hopefully he not looking at Reggie because he gonna catch one on the chin and he gonna get knocked out messing with Kasai because Kasai come with them sources. So
all of y'all Bible thumpers are delusional, brother. There's nothing Kassad could say or Jabari could say to make you roll with Jabari, my brother. You know, as well as we all know, Reggie know, my man, Asar 7, Asar know that the Exodus is not real, brother. We all know this, man. But your belief system, your belief mechanism, it ain't break down yet, and I don't think it's ever going to break down. You know,
this the thing. A person like I won't sit up there and say I can. A person cannot prove it didn't happen.
Yes,
see, that's the important thing.
Good. Yes, they could.
Nah,
dates is going to prove everything. If you Exodus happened, what date is it? What date you going to give us that the Exodus happened? Because once you give us chronology, hold up, Gideon. Once you give us the date, now we can go back and see what was happening on that date. That's
exactly.
Where you're going to mess up at.
Exactly.
That's where you're going to mess up at.
So you must don't know of events that surround the Armana text, right?
Can you give me a date right now on when the Exodus took place and happened?
Yeah, probably like about 1446, give or take some years.
You hear this, Dr. Reggie? You hear this, Dr. Reggie?
Yeah, I hear that he's not answering your question.
Right.
He's avoiding your question, so that means he doesn't have an answer.
Right.
Well, no, I say 1446 BC. That's the date that it happened.
What's the date?
1446 BC.
And Kemet, what was going on at that time?
Give us the period. What was happening in that period for the Exodus to happen?
That would be right during the Middle Kingdom.
Oh, it was.
How did he arrive at that date?
Yeah.
How did he arrive at that date for the Exodus?
Well, we go by I go by the scriptures. So the scriptures tell us that the building of Solomon's temple was 400 years after we came out of the land of Egypt. So as all scholarly consensus know that the temple was built around 1000 AD. So if you put 400 years to 1000 AD and give or take 40 years for being in the wilderness, that'll give us about 1446 BC for the date of the Exodus.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let's walk this back. So you have evidence that Solomon's temple was built?
Well, I'm speaking of the date that it was. If it was built, that was the date it would have been built. Now, if you're asking me if it was built, that's another question.
But then
we was getting the date of the Exodus.
Right, but then we need that it was built for a solid date.
Okay, well, look, let's just say this. I'll grant you it's never been built. It was fake, right? According to the question he asked me was, when was the Exodus? So according to our tradition, the temple,
give me a date, brother.
1446 again.
Now Reggie got you. Reggie cut you because he said it was the time when Solomon Temple was being built. Reggie said, how do you know? Give me a date when Solomon Temple was being built, because that tells it all. And then you said, well, you came clean and said, well, it wasn't built. So you got cut.
Right? No, I said it was built 1008. I said it was built 1000 BC. So he changed this. He changed the argument. His argument then went to prove that the temple was built. And see, that's not the question. The question was when the Exodus happened.
No, you gotta lead it all up to that, because remember I said what was going on during that time. So you got to bring up all of this stuff to see if that's correct. And if
Solomon's temple wasn't going on around the time of the Exodus.
No, right. It was after.
Right. Correct.
So if it was after, then we would need to see some laws, some Torah, in the time period of Solomon. We don't see that. Even during the Davidic period, we don't really see that, right?
Well,
So we
yeah,
have
we
right.
don't have any archaeology as it relates to Solomon, but we definitely do have some in regards to his father, and not only his father, but the archaeological finds that we find. It shows that David comes from or started a line of kings.
Right,
So
but that's fine. Was he
we definitely
Canaanite?
know that
Was he Hebrew or Canaanite?
he was
Or
an
was he
Israelite.
South?
He was Hebrew.
Wait, no, 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 no. Wait. You saying you make a claim, but the Davidic kingdoms, do we to say that he's an Israelite, or is he a Shashu of Yahweh, or is he, or he's talking? You're talking about a proper Israelite, because we don't
Yeah,
see any
nah,
information.
right. According to how you're labeling it, I would say a proper Israelite. He
Okay,
definitely wasn't a Shashu.
okay. So he was keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. He was teaching. He was keeping the Sabbath.
Yeah, as laid out in Torah, yeah, definitely. As being the king of Israel, yeah, he definitely went and lived by Torah.
In archaeology. I mean, Torah. Uh, uh, I mean, there's problems with that. When was the Torah constructed?
Where?
When?
When?
Yeah.
It was 15th century BC.
Can you? How can you prove that?
Well, it's in our primary text, the Torah. It tells us when it
So,
was constructed, when it was given to Moses, the
yeah, but
legislator.
you're going back to the Bible. That's circular.
Well,
Where's
no,
Moses?
no,
When's the
that's
first
primary.
time we actually see Moses with Hecateris? We see him in the Greek. We don't see him. We don't see him during the Elephantine text. He's not at the Elephantine text.
Hold
So
on for a minute, y'all, both of y'all, because people do want to know this. E1B1, E1B1A, Fro, he says, sa.neter, why you put an infant against a grown man? Y'all got to understand some of the things I do. Reggie know why I do what I do. People know why I do what I do. It's for a learning experience. We all know that Jabari is going to mop the floor with Kassad. And so because Kassad want to jump out the window, it's
right.
for educational purposes only, so that Jabari can be able to teach the masses of the people the silliness and craziness of this right here, what they doing. And so if I was an Israelite and I was better than Kassad, I would jump up to the plate and say, Kassad, fall back. Let me do this. Let me in this. Brother Gideon, if you think you got what it takes, I would call Kassad immediately and say, Kassad, fall back. Let me do this. Let me get this. But y'all not going to do that. And so now y'all going to get rolled on. Y'all going to get rolled on. Y'all going to get rolled on, brother. Brother
It's how I
Gideon.
got that. I'm not worried about that, man. Not
Okay.
at all.
And that's the reason why I do what I do, so that we could be able to teach the people
Yeah.
through the foolishness.
Yeah. So you got a number of problems, good brother. But you're not debating Jabari. But if you debated Jabari, you would have a number of problems with dating. You would have to establish that you might be able to establish Davidic, but you won't be able to establish Solomon. But you can't. You'll have more problems establishing the Davidic was actually that it wasn't a Canaanite or a South Arabian group before it was what you call something in Jacob, right? What Jacob established. So you have a problem with when do we see the first Torah, right? You will have that. We see more. We learn more about the Torah in Alexandria, Egypt, when the Ptolemy Philadelphus supposedly wanted to create this library, and we got they 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 got the so-called scholars together and created the Septuagint, right? So that's when we see what we can actually find as the Torah. Not saying that people didn't have scrabbles, and scraps, but you can't tell us what those scraps were. You as an Israelite can't. Who can tell us the scholarship that it was constructed. We know more about that there was some Masoretic script, one that they chose to create this Septuagint that they agreed on, right? But you can't tell us anything about Moses. But we can see Moses arising in Greek with Hecateris, right? So you need Moses for the Exodus. And then the bad thing about the Exodus, you know what you really need, Gideon? You need to establish what groups of people in Egypt, the multitude, was worshiping El and Yahweh. There's no, right? El and Yahweh is in Canaan and other places, right? It's not in Egypt. There's no worship of that. But we do know there are foreign gods in Egypt. We know that there's a Nat. There's several of them that the ancient Egyptians incorporated into their pantheons. But what we don't see is El and Yahweh being incorporated at all. So if we see a Nat, we know that, right? We know that female goddess, war goddess, virgin, by the way, she was incorporated. We could actually see text. We can even see Baalet. We can actually even see Baal because the Hikakasu worship. Some of them worship Baal. But what I'm saying as this is a scholar, right? I would like to see El and Yahweh actual worship in the text. We don't see those texts. With all due respect.
Right. Well, as far as where it goes with the Exodus, there's definitely, in my opinion, and I bring up source material to back that up. We see evidence of the upheaval that the biblical text speaks of in the land of Canaan during the time of Joshua's conquest and even before. The biblical text is so precise. It even speaks of the sea peoples and some of their origins and some of them landing in the land of Canaan. So although a lot of people like to think we're Canaanites, we're only Canaanites in the sense of being in the land of Canaan or Canaan. But as far as lineage and our heritage is from the Shemitic line of Jacob. So that will have to understood. And like I say, the evidence for a mass expulsion of 17 peoples back into the Levant is definitely there. I go so far to posit that the Hyksos was definitely Joseph. Those were the rulers. Joseph, his brother Benjamin, and I associate that with the Hikakasu.
Well, that's beautiful that you do. But again, you said you associate it. We want to see the evidence. I respect you and your belief. I always respect people's beliefs. But we want to see the evidence because the Hekakasu was not worshiping El or Yahweh.
Right. Are you familiar with the first Hikakasu ruler?
Am I familiar with what?
The first Hikakasu ruler, the first Hyksos ruler.
What's his name?
His name is not so much of a name. His name was sa.neter, right? And he is recorded as a gatherer of grain, and some of the few references or the few artifacts we have on him, that one is, the one we find of him being somebody that stores a lot of grain, that comes across Egypt collecting grain. So we see that in correspondence with Joseph.
Is that your method? Looking for grain and then associating that? Is that your method?
Also, when we see his headquarters or where he established his rule from, it was Avaris. And his name sa.neter is not a name, it's a title. And we see that Joseph has that same title in Genesis, I want to say 34. He has that same name that first king has. So that, along with the findings that Manfred B. Tech has pulled up from Avaris,
All right.
I
Hey,
would posit
Let me
that
just say
being,
one stop before I go.
Joseph.
I
One
need
thing.
y'all to hold on.
Yes,
Because
sir.
I want to get Asar in here. He wanted to say something a long time ago.
Well, just 1 second. Just 1 second. So, with all due respect, right, and it may not sound respectful, but that's what you call Jack and the Bean mythology. I mean, a methodology. So, what you do is you look at England during the same time, you put all the elements of what's happening in England, and then you put your new character in that period. That's like that's how folk tales in Old English starts. You start with a background, and then you put your character in, and I'll stop. Thank you.
All right, hold on. All right, Asar, you there? 7 Asar.
Yeah, I'm here, sir.
Yeah,
I was
you
just
want
waiting
to
patiently. Yeah,
hold up.
I
Hey,
just want.
Reggie, I got to do something real quick. Take over, Reggie. Hold it down. Go ahead. Let us all go. Please, Reggie. No going crazy, y'all. None of y'all.
Yes, sa.neter, I can take it over, but I'm on my phone. I try to do the best on my phone. All right.
Hold it down for a minute. Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Yeah, I just want to say that, brother Reggie, I don't have no hate for you. I don't come on this platform to demonize you, brother. I just have a disagreement with you in scholarship, and I happen to agree with someone. And you were the one that displayed that you no longer disrespected me because I had a disagreement with you. That's on you, not on me. And all of the ad hominem exchanges that has been between me and you, mostly by you, because everything that I've said about you has been truthful, and it has not added a whole bunch of ad hominems in there. But I will say this. I still respect you, brother Reggie, and I just want to see the scholarship displayed, because a lot of those people, scholars that you've mentioned, I've done research on, and there is actual video evidence of them disagreeing with you being present with them. So I would be careful, my brother, of making claims that may bite you in this debate. I will also say that I'm not from New York, and I didn't meet all those people that you mentioned. But you've never met Martin Luther King. You've never met Malcolm X. You've never met W.E.B. Du Bois. But yet you studied their scholarship.
Hello. Am I still here?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah. Did he drop off?
Nah, he's still here, but he's not. I can't hear him.
Okay. So yeah, he's just bumping his
Peace,
thumb.
peace, brother Reggie. He might have dropped off.
Yeah, he's bumping his thumbs. So some jarred loose. So listen, he keeps making it about him and me, and then he says he has scholarship. I never seen anything written by him. He's not a scholar, right? At best, he can say he does private research, but he's not a scholar. So listen, anybody else got anything else to say? To sa.neter come back? Hello?
I just want to say, man, I know we enemies on the scholarly battlefield, man, but I can appreciate your objectivity and like facing immense amount of backlash from your own community, but they gotta, like they say, bad medicine. I mean, medicine don't always taste good, but that I can appreciate about what you're doing. Although you be like the Bible vehemently, but yeah, no doubt.
I apply it. I apply it to Kemet. I apply it to the Moors. I apply it to uh, Christians. I apply it to the Hebrews. I apply
And
it
that's what I can
equally.
respect, and I
Right.
can respect it.
So I'm not. How can I say I ain't walking around with an ankh spinning on my wrist and everything? I'm. Listen, I'm not trying to defend anything religiously. I'm just asking you questions about dating, right? And about artifacts. So those are questions. I didn't call you a name to get in today.
No,
I didn't call you a name today, right? I can't say in the past I strongly disagree, but today I'm just saying, well, sorry, the stupid ambulance, not the stupid ambulance, but the ambulance. I'm just trying to say is for intellectual purposes, let's put everything on the table. Let's put on dates. Let's put on people in the Bible versus people in history. Let's put it all on the table, and that's just for you. But with Kemet, my whole thing is people giving Kemet a pass, right? People are giving Kemet a pass based on people that how can I say, have won a lot of debates and stuff like that. But you can't do that and give Kemet a complete pass, right? Or give conflicting Kemet ideas, right? So I answered everybody's questions. I answered Ashe is somebody I have to be very careful with, right? I have to be very, very careful with Ashe, right? But I answered his question,
Yeah.
and I answered your question.
I noticed when you hear the answer to the question, it seems like people don't have as much pushback as when it's a lot of people on the panel and a lot of things can be misconstrued. But it's quite convenient how I saw just not on the panel anymore. But like I said, man, I love Egypt. I love the technology that they showed for their time. I love the innovations that they had. But it comes a point when if we are all grown men and grown women, we can't say we don't see something when we clearly see it or we clearly read it. Now, if you want to take it and make amendments and changes, that's fine. But don't try to make it seem like you're not doing that because then you're playing with people's intelligence.
So we don't have, for example, we don't have a Solomon's temple. We don't have it. What and then even during Hezekiah's period, in the tunnels we see not Proto-Sinaitic, but we see Canaanite text, right? So we see Canaanite text all over the place, and then when we see Proto-Hebrew, what marks it as Proto-Hebrew is that that's when we can connect biblical stories to it, and there are a few pieces that people could correspond, but really not enough to separate it. And so those are the things that we just say is problematic, right? And then the Bible characters, come on, I mean, okay, except for the Old Testament, except for the Old Testament, well, let's just deal with the Old Testament. Who we can verify, we can verify Hezekiah. We could verify the king of that took the northern kingdom, right? We can verify that a lot of the other characters in the Old Testament we can't verify. David, we could say that there's a house of David. I could say in writing there's a house of David. I could say that there's an Omri. I can actually say during several particular periods that we see the word Israel. We can see it in definitely the Moabite stela. That's probably the best. You might try to eke out in the Marin-Ptah stela, right? But we don't even see. How can I say? Then the big problem is, okay, well, if there was Judah and Israel, well, Israel is no more because the Assyrians took them and the Babylonians took Judah, right? We can see those things in history, right? So, in the Hyksos, I mean, you talked about the first, and you gave me some ingredients about who he was to make him Joseph, but you didn't establish that he was the vizier, right? You didn't establish that. Left that out. And then there were other Hyksos, and for example, Naheshi was a Hyksos. Naheshi is a Nubian. His name is Nahesh. He's a southerner. So there were other Hyksos, and then to establish what the Hyksos worship. So we have the text, so we know who they worship. They did not worship El and Yahweh, and that's a fact. That's 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 Nipsey Hussle, and that's a fact, Nika, with a K, not with a G, and that's a fact, Nika. So we have those, and so if we want to try to do academia, let me see. Let me see. I don't know if somebody else came back on. I don't know. So I guess there's not anybody else on until sa.neter gets back on, unless I can add them. Let me just see. Yeah, I didn't give a notification. So if you're trying to get in, log out and log back in so I can see the notification and I can let you in. I'm not letting anybody in. I just on my phone and I got less control.
So this Mahesi, Reggie, is that one of the 6 Hyksos kings?
Yeah, 5 or 6. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what's definitely interesting about the Hyksos is, like I said, with the first king Salatis, I'm of the opinion that the Hyksos rulers, especially the early ones, they were in vassalage to the kings of Upper Egypt. That's my opinion.
Well, yeah, okay. So we have to eke out the groups. Is the Hekakusu one people or is it a confederation of people?
Well, definitely the first 2 lines, they definitely were from the information I gathered were what we would call Israelites. The
How do
other
you,
ones, I can't speak to that.
but how do you because Hekakusu means foreign rulers. So
Right.
which how do you eke out that they were Israelites? I know that's what you want to say, but how do you do that?
Well, I'm just looking at a lot of culminating evidence. We're not going to find a smoking gun. The only smoking gun that we have is the Bible. And a lot of people, especially in academia, what they do with the Bible versus how they treat other ancient texts is quite biased. So we don't have the benefit of the doubt that other texts has. So with that being said, there's no explicit, account of that era outside of the Bible. So the Bible is the primary for that.
Okay, but Islam is treated non-favorably, right? Uh, in Christianity and Hebrew, they differ, right? And Christians don't believe in a lot of the tenets of the Hebrew, and the Hebrews don't believe in the tenets of Christianity. The Hebrews don't believe that Jesus was anywhere in Isaiah, right? So it's not like being treated unfairly. There's debates and discussions.
But that's not true though. A lot of Hebrews, believe that was Yeshua talked about in Isaiah. You have Hebrews like Paul. You have Hebrews like Messianics for Yeshua. Just speaking on those people right there who practice a quote unquote Talmudic Jewish tradition. So it's a lot of Hebrew Israelites, Jews, converts that believe in Jesus. So yeah, a lot of Hebrew Israelites do. The Bible actually speaks of thousands
Oh,
of
let's step this
Israelites
back. You can't do
believing in
that.
Yeshua.
No, but you can't. You can't step this back. Uh, there's a messianic tradition, but do they specifically believe in Jesus?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
We read in Acts, I want to say Acts 7, it said myriads. It uses the Greek word myriads, which means tens of thousands. Tens of thousands of Israelites believe.
okay. Well, the people of Qumran, did they believe in Jesus?
It's hard to extrapolate that just from getting a text because the Qumran texts go back to 350 BC, and that was before Yeshua.
Well, but the Qumran, oh, okay, but the Qumran text is following. Uh, how can I say it's before and following because they started writing before the Roman destruction of the area, right? But
Right? Yeah, it's very old text. Yeah.
but the Samaritans, they don't believe in no Jesus, right?
Yeah, no, yeah. They're under the old covenant. They're just like the Pharisees and Sadducees as far as their belief in or not belief or lack of belief in Yeshua.
They're not under the Pharisees. They hate the Pharisees. They
No,
they they were not captured. Most of the
so,
Samaritans were not captured by Assyria or Babylon. They stayed there.
right.
They
Well,
were
actually, they first got there when they were placed there uh, after the destruction of Jerusalem. They actually placed them there in their stead. So the Sumerians, when I say they're just like the Pharisees, meaning that they were people who believed in the Pentateuch or the Torah, but they did not believe in Yeshua. So, yeah, the
that's why we
Samaritans did not believe in Yeshua. No.
like if we look at X-ray the show, we're just tweaking out evidence. So my whole point of it in the up until the how can I say the church father period, right? We can assess groups of people, um, and but then the problem is not being biased to a particular religion. So your job is to prove your religion. My job is to say, oh, this is interesting. Let me look at this. Oh, let me see the connections. Okay, I can see why somebody says this, right?
But, right. And that's the good thing about the Bible because the Bible is so simple, but it explains a complex world.
Yeah, but it's
Well, with
not
the with,
true. Why don't you go through the things that are true that you can believe, and rather than looking at it through the Bible? I mean, you keep coming back to the Bible, and I'm just saying the Bible doesn't correlate with history.
but I don't see one instance where it was untrue. Give me something that was untrue about it.
Oh, that the Bible?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Genesis.
What do
God,
you,
God created the heavens. God created the heavens and the earth first.
so you can disprove that?
Oh yeah,
How so?
because there are other planets, other stars that are far older than Earth.
The Most High created the heavens and the earth.
Right? No, but then the heavens was the sky, and there was nothing in it. And later in the other verses, he puts in the sun and the moon and the stars. The first light is not the light of the sun. The
Correct.
first light is another light. So the sun wasn't born yet until he created it. So that's untrue.
Correct.
So that's
Correct. There was light, and then on the fourth day he created the bigger light and the lesser light, which is the sun and the
yeah.
moon.
The point is that wasn't whatever's going on there is not true, right?
So if a person so if we have an entity that can create and it's outside of time, space, and matter,
Uh-huh.
he doesn't have to follow the laws of you need a sun. We don't know that this sun is providing all the light we have. We just assume that. Hold on, let me answer this call.
Okay. So my problem here is that on my phone, if somebody wants to get in, they click the link and hopefully I will let's see. I'll be able to bring them in. Anybody else on? Yeah, I don't want to end the show. Shay, are you on? Shay. If somebody can contact Shay and tell him because he has better controls.
What was you saying, Brother Reggie?
Yes. Who's this? Santan?
Yeah.
Okay, can you control the show because I'm on my phone and it's gonna die? Do you have any controls over this?
Nope. I just have the power of putting you in and putting you out.
Ah, shoot. Okay, so I'll stay on. Hopefully, sa.neter come back in about 15 minutes. But the
Right.
most important thing is, hey, listen, Elder Suntan, I'm glad you're on. Are you excited about the debate?
Yeah. I know it's gonna be a learning experience.
Great, great.
Definitely, man, because we're gonna pick. If you got some ears to hear, you're gonna pick up two different sides and two different histories of this, Egyptian history. So it's gonna be great for somebody who's interested, and I'm interested.
I think that people don't know the extent of my work,
Nope, they don't.
and I think that people. I'm not a chatty patty or a talker. If I need to write something, I'll write and source it, right? And
Right.
I think that I think I know English language pretty well, right? Uh,
Okay.
and I just think that people are misinformed about ancient Egypt. You would think through all this time, people would be better informed about, like, the Neters is the basis of ancient Egyptian thought.
You know what though, Reggie? I
Yeah.
like to say this in your defense and in Jabari defense, but when you got people like Chief X that's roaming around sending all of that information, he kind of diverts somebody who's gullible enough to listen. He's that good where he can really, he can divert your path, talking
Well,
about all what he used to do and how he found out that this wasn't this, all of this kind of disingenuous accusations that he make. And he does this, Brother Reggie, and I'm saying this with all the diligence as possible. He does this with Wikipedia references.
well,
You know,
it makes good debate talks because ultimately we get a chance to review it and fix it,
right.
right?
That's only if you do research.
Sure.
Just think about the people, Reggie, who just listen and then take it from cash value. Right? We got a lot of them type of people, Brother Reggie. They just hear something and then they're going splur it out to somebody else without even researching.
And that's what I think. That's what's causing this debate.
It is.
Some people are taking the vantage point of what they think they heard. Like, I heard Ifadishi say this, or I heard you say this, Reggie, or I heard Jabari say this. It's going to come down, actually, academically, right?
Right.
Maybe some of that stuff would be brought in just to clear up what people actually said. I actually think that people misinterpret what Ifadishi said.
You know what, Reggie? You got something you wasn't finished?
No, I'm listening.
I said if it goes down a path of chronology, then you could get tied in with a little more truth if you do your research. See, you got to resource it like with chronology. That way you can be able to make your own choice. And I'm telling you, man, I'm not listening to Chief X and no Wikipedia sources, even though I know Wikipedia is a good place to start from, but it ain't a good place to end.
Well, it took a long time for people to stop listening, so we had to have these conversations. So there's a reason why. But Chief X is not completely wrong on all things.
I know. That's why I said, Reggie, he can get you if you gullible.
Oh yeah.
Well, peace, brother, Si.
Yeah.
Reggie, I gotta go pick up the wife from work. I can't leave you here because I don't know what time I'll get back. So
right. I'm on my phone, so unfortunately we have to do part 2 because I'm on my phone, huh?
Yeah, peace, Suntan.
Yeah, it's going down tonight, boy.
Yeah, I gotta run real quick. I gotta.
How they steal it from us? Yo, sir, how they steal it for us, man? I felt so hurt.
Yeah, I was pissed,
brother. If you look at game 1, 2, and 3, you'll see with this thing is all about money. You're gonna get
Yeah.
You're gonna get to it, and I'm gonna show you. See, they don't care if the Knicks play their hardest and try to win, but they wanted to go 7 games because that's billions of dollars.
That's
Billions
right.
of dollars, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Si, I heard a
show you.
Listen,
I can
I
show
heard a
you,
secret.
man.
Go ahead.
So many fouls. Maybe don't give Wimby a foul or on that push to Bronson.
Yeah,
Referees there looking at it.
flagrant.
And at the same time,
Foul.
Bronson is getting the foul. Cat is fighting the other dude. The other dude is wrestling with Cat.
Right.
This
That is arm and everything.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Hey, Si,
It's
let me
all
say
about
this,
money.
y'all. Let me say this. When you got tickets going for $500,000, they gonna stretch that thing out long as they can.
Hey, damn, Jabari just came in the building. I see you, Jabari. I gotta run out and go pick up the wife, man. Gotta go pick the wife up from work, and I'm late, so let me get up out of here so I don't get beat up on.
All right, peace.
A car. Peace, brother. I'm out.
All right, we'll catch you on the way back if you come back. I know it's game
I'm not coming
time
back.
tonight.
The game is on. I ain't coming back till tomorrow.
All right, peace.